Okay. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Okay. NXT. I'm not kidding. So WrestleMania weekend. I tell y'all one thing. I'm still a little tired. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
All right, what is going on, good people? Shout out to the live viewer that's in the house right now. I bet you it's Justin, probably at his movie. Let's be honest, we all know
the
this.
Morbius.
We should charge him $5 because it's $5 Tuesday. Anyway, but
it's
what's going on?
We don't even have a Patreon.
What is going on, good people? DJ here, Casey over there. Adam is here as well. Justin missing in action as usual. But I will say, speaking of, we don't have a Patreon, but we do have 4 new shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees that you can buy this weekend. What, spring 20?
Technically, we have 1 right now.
You have 1, but 4 different colors. So technically, that's 4 different shirts in the thing. And when you do and then you got the 66 and the 30 and the 25.
That is the weirdest Steiner math I've ever heard.
So you could buy all 4 colors and have 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Have 4 different shirts. You can wear them 4 different days, and if you turn it inside out and then throw it in the washer and then get it out of there, you can wear it 4 more days. Like, it's a thing. It's a just made that up. Don't listen to my advice. It's a thing. You take it inside out, you wash it, and then you put it back on. Bing, bang, boom. Easy money.
Why you gotta turn it inside out?
You know what you could do? Hear me out, dude. You could buy 4 shirts, right? Come back, buy 3 more shirts, and then you can wear them all week. Adam should be back soon. NXT, I always want to say takeover. It's so hard to not say takeover. I don't like it. But anyway, NXT stand and deliver right before good old WrestleMania, the 2-night extravaganza. NXT stand and deliver. I thought it was pretty good. Overall thoughts on the show wasn't too bad. I think the hate for NXT 2.0 is a little overblown. Yes, it's a little bit stupid at times. Yes, it's a little bit sports entertaining or whatever we want to say at times. But I think for the most part, the takeovers that are no more are still pretty good. Like, I still enjoy them. I still I find myself still having a good time when I'm watching the show. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm the same guy who liked Raw for 3 years.
You're wrong. But you're wrong.
but even still, like, for me, I enjoyed NXT. I think there's a little bit more of I think the wrestlers are a little bit more inexperienced now. But at the same time, I still think it's a pretty good show. Just my opinion. Not weekly, because I don't watch it weekly, but at least in the premium live events arena, as they like to call it nowadays. But anyway, Casey, overall thoughts before we jump into the show. Adam, overall thoughts before we jump into the show.
It was a shell of what takeovers used to be. It was meh. It was, tell your lady friend we doing a show.
If you didn't get distracted so much, I could just do this and nobody will ever know. But since you get distracted,
I'm done. I said what I was saying.
All right, Adam.
Man, you are just a cruel human being, sir. No, and I'm in that boat of kind of having the eye roll, feelings when it comes to NXT 2.0, the actual television show. But in terms of stand and deliver, I thought it was solid. I mean, for one thing, regardless of what the marquee is, whether it was NXT or NXT 2.0, whatever, there still has never been like just an absolute trash NXT takeover, premium live event, whatever. So I mean, this one, it had its moments. It wasn't the best. I can't say that it was underwhelming too. Like there was things I liked, things that I didn't like. But what definitely did help was the fact that they were in a regular arena.
I believe he was saying arena.
I think we lost him. I think he was saying that it was nice
Arena.
that they were in a. There we go. He's back.
Yeah, that's the third time it's done it to me now. I don't know where it cut me off.
At arena.
It was at arena. Anyway, it helped that it was at a regular arena and not the the new studio that they had. Like it actually felt nice to actually be in front of a regular crowd. So that did help matters. But overall, I mean, it was still solid. It hasn't lived up to like past shows, but it was definitely worth a watch.
Well, and can we take NXT with a little bit of a grain of salt too as well? And remember that WWE's whole spiel on NXT and the 2.0 version at least is supposed to be people who are a little bit more greener. The grass ain't greener on the other side, right? Like people who aren't as experienced, people who are supposed to be in developmental, not Adam Cole, who was already established, not Samoa Joe, who's been doing this for 10, 15 years. Not Drew, who's been in WWE around the world and then back in WWE. Not Finn, who's done everything there ever is to do. Right? It's Braun Breaker.
What? Who was the NXT champion during this show?
I will say Dolph Ziggler. We'll get to that. but like for me, I feel like my biggest issue is, I feel like we can't put too much pressure on NXT anymore, and maybe that's what they wanted us to do, right? They wanted us to be like, they're a little green, right? Mandy Rose isn't really ready for the main roster, so we put her on NXT. Ha ha ha! Tricked you, right? So like, I feel like, and maybe it's an issue, right? Maybe it's an issue because NXT has been so good, right? NXT has almost been, to me, in my opinion, the standard of what WWE probably should be throughout its entire company. But now it's got so much pressure to live up to that previous hype that now we're kind of like, but NXT was the thing everybody wanted to watch, right? NXT was the thing that the casual fan would tune in and be like, oh, I kind of like NXT. Not gonna lie to you, right? NXT was the thing that everybody was kind of like I literally had people who didn't watch wrestling anymore who started watching NXT and they were like, okay, I kind of like this. I could get into this. I really could. Now my dad, who's a big wrestling fan, but will never watch an indie show outside of actually physically going to the show. Now it wasn't his cup of tea, but like there was a lot of other people who, they truly enjoyed it. And so I think there's a little bit of pressure on NXT 2.0 to live up to what NXT, Black and Gold NXT did, but Black and Gold NXT had so much more experience and experienced people that it's kind of, we're putting a lot of pressure on a product that where the women's champion is Mandy Rose as opposed to Sasha Banks.
Well, and I think I don't think the show was necessarily bad, and I don't even know that NXT 2.0 is necessarily bad. Again, I don't get to watch it every week like I would like to, and I think that's part of my issue is there's so many new faces that I don't know.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's hard to, and they had so much change in such a short amount of time. The whole 2.0, the whole color scheme change, new faces. It's like you got to slow this down and do it gradually and explain to us why you have the color scheme that we have now. Like we've talked about this in the past. You have to explain to us who these new people are, especially the ones that haven't necessarily been on the indies before. Like if you look back at the original NXT, like we had guys like Sami Zayn, who a lot of indie fans knew as El Generico. You had Kevin Owens, formerly Kevin Steen. You had Adam Cole. You had all these guys who had already established. We have a bunch now that aren't like that, and you have to you almost have to like slow it down and be like, okay, this is who this is, and explain to us. Because me coming in not watching every week, I have no idea who half these guys are.
Yeah,
I want to, and I want to like some of them, but I just don't know them.
yeah, and I've talked about that too. Like that's been my biggest issue, I think, with reconnecting with NXT 2.0 is like I like it, and then when I watch it, I'm genuinely, generally, however you want to say it, entertained, right? But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, how do I adjust to the fact that there are so many new people, right? I like Braun Breaker, right? You know, he's fun, right? But if he wasn't Rick Steiner's son, would I like him as much? Do I like him because he's Rick Steiner's son, right? And he tried out for the Ravens, right? Do I like him for that reason, or is it that that I'm actually connecting to the character? I think it's a little bit of both with him. But then it's like I do enjoy Mandy Rose's little dark character with Toxic Attraction. I think it gives her something to do, and it gives her an avenue to grow in. Now, does she necessarily need to be the champion? I don't know about all that, but at the same time, where else do you go? Yes, Casey.
Can we go back to the other layout? Because like it is just looks weird.
I don't even remember clicking this.
Yeah, you're making Casey look too tall in that side by side.
I didn't even remember clicking it. That's what got me. Like I did not mean to click that. If I did, I was wondering why it changed. I don't know if I like.
You have grown, sir. How does this happen?
It just looked like we had really big heads, and I'm like, oh,
the wrestling bobblehead podcast. Let's jump into the show. Let's start out with the North American title match, the Fatal 5-Way. The Fatal 5-Way North American title match. It was Santos Escobar, Solo Sikoa, Grayson Waller, Carmelo Hayes, who was the incoming champion, and Cameron Grimes, who ended up winning this match. I enjoyed this match. There were some spots that I was like, oh my, why? The spot with the ladder on the outside really got me a little bit. I was like, okay, I don't think he meant to fall like that, but all right then. That was one that got me, but having Cameron Grimes win the match surprised me, and I don't know if it should have, because I mean Cameron Grimes is great, but at the same time I was like, oh wow, and I guess that was because I was expecting Solo Sikoa to win because they've just been building him up. It seems like from what I watched a little bit, but I mean I'm cool with Cameron Grimes winning. I think it makes sense, for him to win. I think he's a good enough North American champion. Also, still, speaking of just in general, the entire weekend, I love how the North American title can find its way into the NXT Premium Live event, but the Intercontinental Championship and the US Championship can't find its way into 2 nights of WrestleMania that was filled with filler. I'll never get it, but okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We will.
We'll get there.
I was just throwing it out here since we were on the North American Championship thing. That was just kind of blowing me away. You got one night of NXT with maybe one match outside of a title match, but it's like, or it's 1 or 2 matches outside of the title matches, and it's like you still can fit in your quote mid-card title. Just don't, whatever. Thoughts? Ladder match. Cameron Grimes, new North American champion. Casey, who you got? Casey, what did you think?
Yeah,
who do you got? Who do you got?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Cameron Grimes. It's a dark horse pick. But I think it's a win. No, I'm not upset. With Cameron Grimes winning. Obviously, he's great. He's one of our favorites. We love him. Straight to the moon.
Is he over 30 yet? I'm just curious.
He's probably getting close. But the issues that I had was, one, like you said, Solo Sikoa, they literally from day one-ish have been pushing him. You get it? Because they're brothers. Anyway, they were pushing him so hard, and for what now? For what now? Are you gonna put him up to the main roster with the Usos? Because other than that, like, why did you push him so hard to have him not win this when everyone thought he was gonna win this? It doesn't make sense at all. Also, there was way too much going on the outside. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I did not like all the crap that was going on the outside. It was too distracting. It was. I get that, obviously a ladder match is no disqualification, anything goes, but like, come on, it's too much on the outside. It should have been just the competitors in the ring.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a. I shouldn't even say it wasn't a bad match. It was still also kind of sloppy. I know Adam and I were talking about that a little bit. I don't know. It didn't seem like the caliber of match that we're used to for NXT live or special events. I'm gonna call it takeover. I don't care. It didn't seem to that caliber to me anyway.
Kind of seemed a little Excalibur. Adam?
This man would do.
I tried.
And by the way, his name is Excrement. I think we've established that. My goodness, with wearing a sock on his face. No, but that was just my initial thought. Watching this is, there's a difference between a match that it isn't clean and looks like a struggle that you can buy it. That was just the word that I jumped to. I'm like this is sloppy. And sometimes the stuff is a little telegraphed, whatever, though, where like the obvious setups and all that stuff, even those were really goofy. I just, it wasn't not the worst ladder match I've ever seen, but it's far from anything that I'm going to put over strong. And in case you said it, like that was my biggest gripe, was all of the extracurricular activity happening outside of the ring with the guys that were in various people's corners. Like, I'm sorry, keep them in the back. If you're going to have all that gaga, if you want them to have a spot in the match where it seems like chaos, fine, but it happened all through the match, and it was way too distracting, and it took away from the guys. And then, yes, the Grayson Waller spot was trying to do his best combination of Randy Savage and Sid crashing into that ladder. And they didn't make a big deal out of it, so I assume that they just worked that spot when he was grabbing his arm, but that looked like a shoot. And actually, DJ, me and Casey talked, I meant to ask you, what did you think of the clear barricade?
Honestly, I didn't really notice it, to be honest.
Right, and that's what Casey told me. He goes, like, I really didn't pinpoint that. That was one of the first things I saw, because like it actually felt like an old crowd, but it was just the fact that it was the plexiglass, whatever. Though I'm like, I don't know if I like it or not, because it was still was kind of partially distracting. I mean, granted, it's better than the solid barricade, but I miss the steel barricades back in the day, because it actually gave an element of danger, which this kind of did, especially when you were wedging it between the the guardrail and the ring, and a human being jumps off of it. But anyway, no, really, really happy for Cameron Grimes. I would say, because I think I said vacant for the pick, but and I think that this is going to lead with Solo and Cameron having a feud. So it'll be better to see just one-on-one matches and not a bunch of gaga. But yeah, so again, kind of a sloppy match. It was okay. Would have just dumbed it down a little bit, whatever. But all in all, I mean, it was still solid.
Okay. Moving into also I know they showed a clip. I don't know when exactly it was of the pre-show match and kind of what was going on, but I was a little confused. When did Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez get back together?
That was my exact. That was my exact.
They didn't
thought.
explain it at all. Like I was just like,
because I'm glad because again I think Dakota can play both parts very well. I think she's a way better babyface, but yeah, they're showing clips because I did not watch the pre-show stuff, but they're showing highlights, and I'm like, hey, cool, wait a minute, when did Raquel and Dakota Kai get back together?
Mm-hmm. Felt the same way. Tony D'Angelo versus Tommaso Ciampa.
A rarity. A wrestling match broke out.
I hate that I missed this match, but I did. Well, I don't remember what happened. Oh, I watched this show late. That's right. I watched this show late, and I was trying to finish the show. I'm thinking in case we were doing a review or something. I was like rushing through it, and I was like, I'll come back to this one, and I just didn't. Not that I didn't want to, I just didn't at that time. I was trying to get through I think, and also I was trying to avoid like spoilers, and I knew this was going to be one that wasn't going to be spoiled per se. I saw Triple H come out at the end, but I didn't get a chance to actually watch the match, and so I'm gonna leave my thoughts to you.
Well, real quick, and I don't want to take away from Casey, but like real quick, they did Triple H and Tommaso dirty on that spot. That's just my opinion.
Why is that, buddy? Why is that?
Well, because like if again, I watched the replay too. The version that was played back that on the playback, they showed all of a sudden they showed Tommaso at the top of the ramp. It goes to black, and then it comes back, and then they show it on replay.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's how it was on the live feed, where like it was insert commercial. They come back and then show that moment on replay, but like why wouldn't you have that like live?
Yeah. I thought it was a cool moment, but I didn't even realize.
Oh, it got me. It got me. Because if anybody's never seen the kind of I don't want to say like 30 for 30, but like I think it might have been like a 365 thing with Tommaso where they showed him going away, getting surgery, Triple H making the announcement that he has to forfeit the title. That crushed him.
Yeah. Adam, you want to go ahead and give your thoughts while you're on it?
Yeah, I really dug this match. Really dug this match, and D'Angelo, still needs some polishing. Like I think he needs to. I'm okay with the track jumpsuit coming to the ring, but dude, get some regular gear. Come on. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was absolutely solid. Tommaso, led this match the whole way, and he's just the whole time. I just sitting back and being marveled by him. Like he is so good. He is so damn good. Tremendous fire, lays his stuff in. It was good. I do think it was the appropriate outcome, doing the job on his way out. But yeah, I dug it. I dug it a lot.
Casey, what you got a rebuttal / add on?
I still don't like his opponent because he's just.
Did they change his music, by the way, Tommaso? I guess he used his main roster music. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
I think they did.
I don't know. But
they did change his music.
I don't like this Tony D'Angelo fella. He's too generic. Just I don't know. I just don't like it. They need to do something with him, spice it up a little bit. Even the dude on the outside, I don't know if that's his like partner or like manager, whatever. Even he was like, just bro, turn it up a little bit. Like you're supposed to be turned up to 11, not turned up to 6.
You know what he needs? And I'm not even being funny. You know who he needs? He needs Nunzio.
Yes, I would. That would be great. I'm not even gonna lie. That would be fantastic. Yeah, but the guy that's with him just a few times when the camera went to him, he like, yeah, that guy. I'm like, dude, come on, turn it up to 11, not 6. Like,
Well, I don't want to break the speaker.
Mhm.
but Tommaso, one of the best. One of the best. He should be at this point. He should have been way farther in the company than he is. And I don't know if it's he wanted to stay in NXT or if they kept him in NXT. I don't know, but I mean, he is so good. And I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he's going to the main roster. I heard people say he's going to the main roster. I heard some people say he's leaving WWE.
He had been doing dark matches, so I mean, I would imagine there's some pull to have him go to the main roster.
Yeah, but he is so good. He is so good. If he goes to the main roster and he is not in the main event picture within the first like 6 months, there's a fucking problem.
And I mean, honestly, if I was to debut Tommaso, I would do it as a heel.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him as a face, but like just the way he carries the title as a heel, I mean, could just really elevate anything that he, any program he works in. I think I would love to see that
because nobody gets out alive.
Yes.
Wait. Hold on. We're calling Justin out now. He's not watching Morbius. And that don't look like the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast he's watching.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? That's how you feel?
Asking all them questions. So the triple threat tag team match for the NXT tag team championships, the Creed brothers, Imperium and MSK, which once again is MSK ascends, more drama ensues. I was with the allegations going on with MSK, I was a little surprised they pulled the trigger on having MSK win this match.
Well, let's trim this down. It's against Nash Carter, not necessarily MSK.
Well, yeah. So sorry, yeah, you should, yeah.
But to be fair, because again,
right.
the other guy, thank God, at least right now, has not been linked to anything. So.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it falls on the team. Because you can't be a team as an individual. But I was a little surprised
unless you're Braun Strowman.
Right. Just drop Nash Carter, get the other guy that was in the team originally.
You know what they should do? They should drop Nash Carter and put in Nicholas. Anyway,
yeah.
I thought this was good. I really liked the Creed brothers in this match. Surprisingly enough, like I kind of really enjoyed the Creed brothers and what they did in this match. I kind of, that I'm trying to figure them out. Like, do I like them? Do I not? Like, are they generic? Are they just generic singlet guys? Are they regular singlet guys? I don't know. But I mean, I really for some reason was like, okay, Creed brothers. Okay. I mean, all y'all need is that Austin Creed and y'all be good. But okay, Creed brothers, I see y'all. I was enjoying it though. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good match. I was a little surprised Imperium didn't win this match. Just to kind of keep it with them. I'm assuming Gunther's still with them. I don't know right off, or Walter or whatever that tragedy. WWE, the land of revolving names that make no sense. Like Ezekiel. Anyway, we'll just MSK won this match. They get the tag titles back. Like I said, a little surprised that that's the direction they went with, anything kind of just lingering around like that, but to teach their own. Casey.
I think the Creed brothers should have won,
I kind
and
of agree. I know it
as
is.
soon as they won, the music should have hit. Can you take me higher?
Oh my God.
Get it? Because Creed, and they're the Creed brothers, and
I thought you was gonna say somebody call my mama, like that old school Xavier Woods theme,
no, somebody call my mama. No, yeah, I'm just waiting to see what happens. Just waiting to see if they lose the titles Tuesday. Wait, was that tonight? That was tonight, wasn't it?
Um,
I don't know.
all right. Adam?
Boy, this is getting really annoying. Fun match.
I mean, it was a fun match. I would say.
Okay, apparently he just wants to keep booting me off for whatever reason. Casey, are you doing this? Are you making the controls?
I'm not doing the nothing.
You ain't doing the nothing?
I'm doing the
I
nothing.
mean, Casey always got something up his sleeve. So it was all those WLC and hand jokes from earlier. That's all.
I know there's a reason why he always wears short sleeve shirts.
No,
Casey versus Wee Man, book it.
But yeah, by the way, he no longer Wee Man. He's portly man. But anyway, no, this was a fun match. I mean, I wanted Imperium to win, but I'm not gonna. At the time, I could say that I'm not really too mad that MSK won, but F Nash Carter. That's all I can say in that regards. But beyond that, though, that finish was amazing. Hood and Kudrada into a power bomb. That was slick. That was definitely slick. But Marcel and Eichner, they've grown on me. Because I think they both were. I don't know if they were both in the cruiserweight classic. I know Eichner was, but they both they both got some talents. But now I think they're absolutely a solid team, and I wanted them to continue the reign. I don't know. That was just me though. But no, this was all right. Not bad.
Okay. The Fatal 4-Way, Cora Jade, Kaylee Ray, Io Shirai, Mandy Rose, NXT Women's Championship on the line. Thought this was not too bad. They really had me thinking somebody besides Mandy Rose was gonna win this match, and then she kind of just sneaks in there and does the heel thing and steals the title. Not much to say about this. That's all I got. Because we knew EO wasn't going. But anyway, Casey, thoughts?
I didn't watch it. Move on.
Easy enough. Adam.
He didn't watch it. Move on.
Easy enough.
I'm telling you, it's getting old. It's getting old. So I assume you're asking what my thoughts on the on the Fatal 4-Way match was. It was a match. Again, it was okay. I mean, like, granted, I think I put in the chat, I said, who's Cora Jade and why is she on my TV? And the other thing too is I'm like, is she trying to be 1996 Bob Holly? With that outfit, with the racing, stripes and all that. I'm like, I can't unsee it. I cannot unsee it. After a while, as the match went on, I'm like Mandy's winning this because none of the other competitors except maybe EO had no element of believability that they were going to win this match. So, Yeah, I mean, like, kind of cool little finish with sneaking in the back door, not stealing the win per se, but yeah, I like this. This was the right outcome.
Okay. Moving on to LA Knight and Gun. Okay, it didn't work the same. Gunther, enjoyable. I liked it. This was a good little, no real title involved. Just kind of regular feud. Just two guys going at it. I like it. We'll never in my life ever understand WWE's logic when it comes to changing names. Whether that be adding freaking into somebody's name because his nickname is Seth freaking Rollins, or naming people Ezekiel to in an attempt to have them portray their brother when they're literally the same person. Or
sir, they are not. They are clearly two different people.
Or
Elias has a beard, Ezekiel does not.
Or
I'm gonna smack you.
Or Gunther out of nowhere, and not even the good out of nowhere like an RKO. I'll never understand it. And I think it just bothers me because, and I guess what bothers me even more so about this situation is they changed his name to Gunther, but they kept him the ring general. So basically, they kept his entire character and just changed his name,
which was not going to add any more.
Yep.
Like it's the ring general. You just keep it the same.
I just don't understand it. Just really don't. What's up there, Perspective Podcast? Appreciate y'all coming by.
Hi, Justin. I mean,
and then Lone Wolf TD. What? Justin ain't on the Third Perspective Podcast. He on a whole nother one. There's somewhere else. Ain't no telling where that man is. Ain't no telling where that man is. He on the Narnia. I live in Narnia. LOL podcast. That's Justin.
He's on the $5 Tuesday podcast.
Casey, what was your thoughts on Gunther versus L.A. Drake?
It was. I really don't remember this match. I don't, and I watched it too, but I just don't. I don't remember.
Justin, just because I was talking all that crap doesn't mean you have to keep booting me off this here channel.
Damn it, Justin.
I'm about to go down to the Taco Bell and get me a Baja Blast.
Adam, what's your thoughts?
I know Gunther. I know Walter won. And I was into this match, but I left the room and forgot to hit pause. So I forgot how it finished. But I know, I remember enjoying the match. I was I was bought in.
He got locked into the buy-in. That's I mean we see it.
He much like Cody Rhodes sold out.
I swear for God. I'm right now I'm just doing the Bret Hart dramatic pause from
Adam,
Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Adam, can you just go to McDonald's across the street or something? Like help us out here.
Bruh, I'm trying. And here's the thing: this is the best the video quality has been, but my reception has not been on par.
Because are you saying because Justin's not here? Is that what? That's why the video quality was bad.
I think that's what he's saying.
No words needed. Main event, the younger than 30-year-old Dolph Ziggler, going up against Braun Breaker. I think we'll all echo this sentiment. Why is Dolph Ziggler the NXT champion? And not from a simple fact of it's not cool to see. Like anytime they use Dolph Ziggler to somewhat of his potential is nice to see. But I feel like my issue is, number one, you told me you're not going to have anybody over 30 years old, right? You literally released people who were over 30 years old because you didn't want them on NXT. Okay. And then you bring Dolph Ziggler down, which is fine, right? If you didn't say that previous sentence, but let's just say let's just say that didn't happen, right? I'm cool with Dolph Ziggler being down there, right? I'm cool with that, right? Because I'm cool with a little shock and awe, like, you know, you want people to tune in to NXT 2.0, and if Dolph Ziggler's there, you might get a couple of new fans that you didn't have, right? This is your moment to give Braun Breaker his big, like, you know, return match, WrestleMania weekend. His dad and his uncle just got, you know, inducted into the Hall of Fame. This is your moment. It's handed to you on a silver platter. I wish I had one that I could show you. Like, it's handed to you on a silver platter, and you blew it. You blew it. Like, how? I don't understand. I don't know why Dolph's still the champion. I really don't.
He's not.
Did he lose tonight?
See, what happened was he retained it on, you know, NXT Stand and Deliver, and then he lost it on Raw.
What?
Not on NXT the next night. No, he lost it on Raw.
Did he lose to Braun Breaker at least? Can something make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So at least we got that.
But he lost it on Raw. Not on NXT.
And like, here's my thing. Like, what could have completely made sense, right? If he by hook or by crook gets the win, right? Low blow, hits him with the title, whatever. Like, okay, cool. Then you got Braun's got a reason to be like, all right, I can't wait till Tuesday to do this. I'm challenging you right now. And then the crowd's going wild. Oh my God, what? Oh, no, no. And then you do that. Like, what is happening? What is happening? I don't understand. Sometimes WWE just confuses me more than anybody has ever confused me in literally my life. Yeah. Okay. Dolph Ziggler won this match somehow. Don't know how. Good match. Enjoyable match. Love Dolph Ziggler. Really do. Wish they would use him like this on the main roster, because he's been there forever. You know, it's the same thing I felt about Cesaro before he left quietly, right? That's the same thing I like. I mean, once again, I never understand it, right? Same thing I felt about Samoa Joe before we left, right? Like, why can you book people well in NXT, but then on the main roster you don't? Like, I don't understand it. We'll talk more about the main roster in a little bit when it comes to our WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 reviews, respectively. I don't know. It's nice to see Dolph doing well. I like him. I like him having a championship. But at the same time, I'm sitting here thinking, you said you weren't going to book people over 30 because we're supposed to be going back to this developmental product that we're supposed to be trying to create NXT to be. And then we book somebody who's over 30 years old to not only surprise our champion, but then beat him again and then lose to him on Raw, but not beat him in a way that makes sense to where on Raw he would challenge him anyway. Like, just don't get it. I just don't understand. Like, I'm trying.
Their explanation was that WWE management felt he deserved a rematch.
Didn't he get beat clean?
On freaking Raw.
Didn't he get beat clean though?
So.
like, and that's the thing. Like it goes back to like things that make sense, right? Like I know we have the running joke of WWE logic, right? Like we really do, but like all you literally had to have the man do, because like we all know champions get this advantage, right? Well, he's not a champion, but like, I mean, he's Braun Breaker, right? He's a former NXT champion. He could, you know, swing that around or whatever, right? Like, I just have him come out angrily and be like, this show is not happening until I get my rematch. Dolph Ziggler's a member of this show, and I want a challenge for my title because he's not supposed to be on my brand anyway, or something. I don't care, right? And just have it. Thoughts on the main event? Thoughts.
It was dumb. Stupid.
It was a match.
It was a match that was then rematched on Raw, not NXT, for the NXT title.
Like, and my thing is, like, I have no issue with even defending it on Raw. Just make it make sense. That's all I'm asking. Like, just make it make sense. If you want to like give somebody a rub on Raw to make them feel like a big deal on NXT, cool beans, bruh. But like, at least make it feel like he should have got the rematch, not just as like, oh, haha, man, NXT Championship match coming up. Like, what? I don't understand.
Is Adam coming back?
That's what I was wondering before we sign off. I wanted to hear his thoughts on the main event of the evening.
Me too. We'll try to message him in the chat, see what's going on, brother. What's going on, brother?
But I mean, it just confuses me. Like, the logic that WWE has sometimes just blows me away. Like really, it really does. Like, it blows me away. And some of the fans sometimes, well, the fans of other companies, sometimes at shows angrily about things happening on said shows. We'll talk more about that later. We will.
We'll get to that. We will. Wait. Oh no, that's you looking at that. Why you gotta go in there? Look at it. I'm waiting for Adam to look at it so he can respond and come back and yell. Or maybe he'll tell us his final thoughts on the WrestleMania review.
I think I guess maybe we should do that just in case he's held up or something. So we'll and not at gunpoint, but we will be sure we will be sure to get Adam's thoughts on the main event on our WrestleMania Night 1 review. So you know what, gives you an opportunity to be like, you know what, maybe I should go watch WrestleMania Night 1. You know what I'm saying? While you are in the search bar trying to find that particular review, what you should do as well, be sure to go buy a shirt, or 2 or 3 or 5, Pro Wrestling Tees. You can only do 4.
I mean, there's only 4 colors. So.
Well, there's only 4 colors, but you can always buy as many as you want.
That's true.
You can buy 4 gray ones if you want. I mean, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It's really up to you.
What you could do, you buy all 4 colors. You buy a second white one, and you tie-dye that some bitch. You tie-dye that right there. Yep, right there.
There you go. There you go. You got a 5th color. There you go. But as always, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify is where you can listen. YouTube is where you can watch. We're also on TikTok as well if you want to hear our little thoughts about things and whatnot as well. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed. We will see you guys on the next one, which should be WrestleMania Night 1, unless you're watching this out of order. Who knows? It might be something else real crazy or whatever.
Don't do that. Watch them in order.
like a marathon. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time.